Oh, we're back to reality. We're back to reality. I'm back in Boston after having a wonderful time in Cali and Vegas and seeing Chris. And now I'm back home. I didn't win no money. Well, lie. I won some money, and a bitch gets greedy, and then I'm like in there like, I got this. I'm like, bing, here's $100 more. Bing, here's $100 more. Bing, here's $100 more. And next thing I know, I'm looking at my wallet and I'm like, where's my money that I won? It's gone. I got to dip into the reserves now. Here we are.
How long were you in Las Vegas?
2 days.
2 days? Okay.
Yeah. We didn't stay on the strip. Okay, so just so y'all know, I'm not big on whole crowds anymore after COVID, but so going to the strip would stress me out and being around all those people. So my cousin found us the spot in Vegas. It literally, you can see the strip from it. It's called South Point Resort and Spa. I don't know if you've ever been there, Vanessa, Chris, or Shahidah, but it's really nice. I actually thought, because I'm judgy, I actually thought that when he said, we're going to go stay where like the locals stay, and it's like really nice. I researched it, heard a lot about it. And I was like, don't have me in this roach motel. As soon as I walk in, I'm going to see like 100 million people with their oxygen tanks. Nothing wrong with wheeling an oxygen tank, but yeah, okay. With a cigarette in this hand and your oxygen tank in this hand. I'm like, And then I'm thinking the place is going to reek of cigarettes. I will say this, South Point Resort and Spa, absolutely awesome. Clean. People can smoke in there, but they must have spent a grip on the ventilation system because you can't smell nothing. And I'd say it's like 90-10. 90% of the people were literally chain smoking and 10% of us were not. And I couldn't smell nothing. So it was great. Food was good. The food could be a little bit better. Like the restaurants were good. Could be a little bit better, but the breakfast on point. And you can drink all night long. I was up at like 4 a.m, went to bed, woke up at 4 a.m, like, I'm hungry. I want a snack. I'm going downstairs to get a snack. And next thing I know, I'm at the slot machine. Like, let me get a glass of Sauvignon Blanc, please. 4:30 in the morning. Terrible, but it was fun. Thank you. All right, that's enough about me. Welcome back, Vanessa. How you doing?
Good, thank you.
Good. Hi, Chris.
Both of y'all look like y'all just came from vacation mode. I know it's been a while for you, but the hair is still hairing. It's doing good. And then Tanya, your hair in that fro, and I got a hat on. Why didn't anybody tell me to,
Well, Vanessa and I are twinning. We're glowing.
You're glowing.
And you and Chris are glowing. Chris, with that red hat, all I need for you to have on is those goddamn rubber boots that everybody's wearing right now. Them cartoon boots. People are paying. Yeah, them cartoon boots that people are paying $300-400 for. All you need is a pair of those and you'd be straight.
That's unbelievable.
All right. So
anyway.
Last night, we're going to talk about it on a later podcast, but everybody's talking about last night, the Love is Blind reunion and Netflix.
What did they say the problem was? What happened? What did they say?
There was no explanation
of why.
They're just saying it crashed. But here's my thing.
Why wouldn't you be prepared for that?
How do you not prepare for it?
It was live for Chris Rock, and that went out with. I didn't watch it live, but I didn't hear anybody complaining about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you should know how to go live. There are a couple of different things with it. Why wouldn't you have a setup show like that be able to handle the? Well, I guess more people are trying to check in to see Love is Blind than Chris Rock. I can tell that much. Because everybody and their mother was trying to get to see Love is Blind.
I was going to say, I think the number of people that wanted to see Love is Blind far more outweighed the number of people that wanted to see Chris Rock's live special. All I'm going to say is this, Netflix, Netflix has been threatening us for years about you can't give your cousin, your brother, your mama, your daddy, everybody, your friends and family members, your password or adding them to accounts because they're gonna take it away or they're gonna charge you more. Stop it, Netflix, because here's what you're not gonna do. You're not gonna take away my access to giving out my stuff because you had me wait for 2 hours last night, then I had to go watch Snowfall, and then I fell asleep. And then today you jerked us over again because I woke early up this morning and I was like, oh, while I'm working out, I'll just put it on. And I log into rewind. I couldn't even log into Netflix last night. I kept hitting the app on my remote to get it on my TV, and it wasn't even activating the whole Netflix symbol. It was just blank. I couldn't get it on my phone. I couldn't get it on my iPad. I couldn't get it on my laptop. So I got all types of areas that I could not access Netflix, period. And then this morning, I turned it on and it came up. And then I go to the Love is Blind and I'm like, well, if it recorded, I'll just watch it now. What do they do on a Monday afternoon? A Monday! They say it's only going to air one time, 12 noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. I'm sorry, I have a job.
And they're going to take it off?
They're not going to take it off. They're going to leave it on there, but I think they're going to blacken it out again that you can't just go in and watch it. They were throwing out different dates and times that they're going to keep airing it. So today was 12 Pacific, 3 Eastern. And then I think they said they were going to do it another day. And then probably by this weekend, it'll air for everybody to see. So they're holding us hostage, and I don't like that. On a friggin' Monday, when the average people have to go to get their ass to work or do their job, like I had to rearrange meetings today Lord, I shouldn't be saying that out loud, but I did. I handled all my business so that I could sit here at 3 p.m.
I watched it.
You watched it on Netflix?
Mm-hmm.
See, and I watched it on TikTok last night, so I don't know who was. There were people streaming it on TikTok. That's how I saw it.
I watched it.
I was going to say, did you watch like bits and pieces of on TikTok or the whole thing?
I watched the whole thing.
Oh, wow.
So anyway, all right, let's get to
Bravo tweeted, "We would never keep you waiting for a reunion."
Oh, they had a lot of
all this
come out. It was funny.
So
let's get to Married at First Sight.
Which how tired are you of just these people being the same people at the same thing? Oh, Eris, just stop. I can't with him. You know, how many times you gonna break this girl's heart and then lead her on? If we're gonna start with them,
yeah,
lead her on to be like, oh yeah, I'll work on it. You don't want to be with her, man. Let her go. Leave her be. Don't fuck with her anymore because she keeps trying and wanting to come back and hurt, and he's dancing with. Come on, man. Now you know your girl is gonna be extra sensitive. Your wife is gonna be extra sensitive if you having a good. You don't make a special time to dance with her. If he did that first and then dance with the thing, maybe that'd be fine. But he wasn't even trying to dance with his wife, trying to dance with the instructor, and didn't care. And then she's out there going. Now you can clearly see she's like. He's oblivious to her feelings. He don't give a shit what she feels or how she really doesn't. So
but he's so like apologetic.
Yeah,
I don't believe it, but I just feel like he knows what to say in those moments, like when he's speaking with the professionals. Look how he got her back in. Like, he spewed out these words and she was just like, wow, he really does care. And I'm like, this is horrible.
He don't care.
He does
really
not.
Don't. He's just on there to just be. I don't know why he's even. He's like, besides, remember he said, what are you attracted to? What did he say? He said, what about her is attractive? Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. And he said, the person, what did he say?
He was saying, like, she's a good person. He was just talking about her inner attributes, which is good, but he didn't say anything about her physical body or anything. Man. I don't know.
But he's still willing to try. I'm like, why?
I don't think so. I just think he's riding it.
Thank you. Vanessa?
I think she's kind of checked out too. I mean, seems to me after this last thing, she's like, I'm done. You know, you've disrespected me again and again. And I don't think she's going to fight for, she can do better. I don't think she's going to fight for him. And he's checked out from the get-go. Yeah.
All right. So just two things with them too. Dr. Pepper, though, brought the shit to the table, though. Because remember when I think the experts are now just done. They're not gonna let this shit ride out anymore after Crazy Girl last year. I'm a good person. Alyssa and Chris. I'm a good person and Chris. I think I loved it when Dr. Pepper said, we're not here to tread water anymore.
Right.
Mm-hmm. What you want to do? Like, is this the end of the road or what? And it's just what disturbs me most is that when Jasmine gets so defeated and it's like, come on, girl, I'm sitting there rooting. I'm like, come on, girl, just walk away. Just do a Dominique and say, today is my decision day. I'm out. Mm-hmm. I'm not waiting any longer. All he has to do is just say something. Oh yeah, I'm willing to try. And she gets all teeth. She's like, oh, she gives him that look of love, like, oh, for real? Okay. Like, she doesn't say that, but she has that look like she's like, okay, I'm willing to give it another shot.
She's married to the man. She wants it so bad, but he keeps stringing her along.
How many times, though? I get it. Everybody wants to have this great loving relationship and this fairy tale and shit. But how long do you allow yourself to be strung along and be made to look like a fool? Because she looks like a fool.
She's starting to look like Paige.
Thank you. And then Aris, I'm sorry. Aris talking about he wants a deeper connection with her. Bro, you don't want a deeper connection. You want a big old ass. And you want a big ass, mouthy woman. That's what he wants. Because he said it before that I like it when a woman puts me in my place. Mm-hmm. I like it. That turns me on. When she calls me out and tells me that I'm wrong for saying this or doing that, that's a turn on for me. She knows Jasmine isn't going to do that. Jasmine's that good girl. She's too good. She's too wholesome for him.
Like his cousin.
Thank you.
Who he's dating. Yeah.
That's his cousin girlfriend. I said it.
Something's going on. But that's true. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, because when he was saying he wanted a woman who would give it to him, I'm like, all men say that, but do they really mean it? But maybe he does.
He means
attracted to it. Huh? He may not want it, but he may be attracted to it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He wants it.
And that's what he wants from her. If he was attracted to her, then it would be all gravy. Mm-hmm. But she's not giving him anything for him to be attracted to when in his eyes.
Nope.
I bet if Jasmine had a little mouthy attitude and be like, you know what? Fuck you. I don't want to have anything to do with you. You don't know shit, and challenged him.
But she kind of went off him a little bit after.
Yeah, but in a Jasmine way. I'm talking about if she was like,
Jasmine,
fuck you.
If she did it in a Tanya way, that marriage would have been consummated 10 times already.
But she admitted that she buries things and she doesn't speak up and she's very quiet, and that's not going to work in this relationship at all.
Nope.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. He's definitely missing out. I think she's, Maybe. I don't know. I just don't like him still. So I don't even know if
they're going to stay together. I don't know why I think they're going to stay together for some reason.
Really? Oh,
I know. I don't want it to happen, but for some reason, I feel like there's just enough where he's going to do just enough, and he kind of knows what she is, and is going to kind of give it. Never mind.
But she keeps saying, "I'm not in here for friendship. I want a husband." Right. So I don't think she's going to say yes at the end. If he has not done anything physical with her, there's no point in her staying.
Yeah.
But he can also gaslight the fuck out of her on decision day and feed her the line of bullshit that he's been feeding her all this time and sit her ass on the couch, especially if he goes first. If they let him go first, if he gaslights her, I'm hoping that he mans up and just says, I think you're a lovely woman, but you're just not my type. But he doesn't strike me as having the sack to do that. So if he goes first, I think he's going to be like, I know I haven't been the person that you wanted, and blah, blah. He's going to just, with the fishing line, feeding her that line of bullshit. And she's going to swallow it whole. If he ends all that fucking bullshit with, but I'm willing to take the chance and I'm willing to do the work and and stay with you. And I say yes. She's gonna flash them teeth and be like, okay, I say yes too. And
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm afraid of. I feel like it's like, it should be so, but he's doing just enough by saying he's not like Chris is, those other people who are like, he's like, I'm not changing for her. This is who I am. This is who I'm willing to be. He's always gonna like, yeah, you got a point. I should do that. Yeah, I'll take responsibility. He's just enough to go, oh, we'll give the guy a shot. And you keep giving them shots. And I'm like, yeah, but why do you keep saying that if you're not going, if you at least man up to her and say, I'm you're, as I said, you're wonderful. It's not gonna work.
He's a bore.
Yeah. Complete bore.
He is a bore. There is nothing animated, nothing fun about him. The way he talks, I hate the way he speaks. He doesn't open his mouth. I hate him. I don't hate him. I just dislike him greatly.
And the way he looks too, when Pepper's talking to him, or if his friend is talking to him and he does this, like, he'll be looking at him, but then he's like,
he doesn't maintain eye contact.
He looks stupid. Like he looks like it's not registering quickly enough in his brain. But here's my one, and I'm gonna be done with Aris and Jasmine after this statement. Here's where I think he can say anything and he's gonna always reel her back in. When she got mad, this was my moment at the dance when they were learning how to two-step or whatever. And he started dancing with this other girl. I get where she's coming from. I didn't see any maliciousness in that per se, but I can see where she's coming from. Bro, you're paying all this attention to this girl. You ain't even paid me a lick of nothing in the whole time we've been married. But she left and she was like, I'm over it. And she walked outside. And of course he went out there and he's talking her down. And I'm just like, I'm sitting there yelling at the TV. I'm like, girl, get your Uber, go home. You just leave his ass right there and just go home. And when the Uber comes, she gets in and he gets in beside her and they go home together. And I'm just like, he's always going to feed her a line of bullshit. If he was smart, if he wanted to be a player, if he was smart, he would just string her along. He wants to be married. He wants to have some babies. Go knock out a couple of babies with her, keep her married, and then have your mistresses or cheat on her on the side. Because at this stage of your life, she's put up with everything you have thrown at her. Like, do you think she's going to leave you if you cheat on her? No.
Just enough. He gives her just enough.
Exactly.
I don't think she's going to stay.
I hope she doesn't. If she does, she's dumb.
But if he says yes
he's
first,
going to say yes either.
I don't think he's going to say yes.
I don't think he's going to say yes.
But if he does say yes, she's going to say yes.
Exactly.
If he says no, she's going to say no.
That part.
I hope they ask her first. That I would be really disappointed. I think that she's, you know how it is. It's one of those things that, okay, yeah, in the daytime, she's just like, you know what? I can do this. But I know at night when she closes her eyes and her conscience starts getting to her, she's like, this man does not want me. He does not. So I know she knows it. She feels it. I don't think she's going to, at the end of the day, I don't think she's going to say, I want to continue with this. She's been miserable. Yeah. She has had no good memories with this person. She has been miserable the entire time, from the honeymoon to last week.
But if he says yes, she's going to go, why would he say yes? She will automatically be like, wow.
If he says yes, she's going to start crying with happiness.
We'll see.
But I'm sorry. I know I said this was the last thing, but I got one more thing. Can we talk about the toxicity of families?
What do you mean?
The mother? Oh.
We're going to transition to that. That's why I want to start on this one. But to start on the toxicities of families, it's like my heart broke for her, Jasmine, when she was talking about her parents. Talk about a marriage that how do you grow up in a two-parent household and your parents are still together and you've never seen them fight? They've always hid their shit under the rug. Like, so that's how Jasmine has compartmentalized everything, because she's never had conversations with her dad or her mom about relationships, about just basically shit in general. I'm like, what the fuck? Who
I don't remember mom and dad fighting. I don't ever remember them having big fights.
Who, us?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
They're pretty good at having their discussions when they had to have the discussions, but I don't remember any like.
No, I when I was young, it's like go outside and mom slamming the bedroom door. And it's like go outside. I remember hanging outside by myself. So I knew mom was mad, you know. So yes, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't know Miss Helen, but I had the pleasure of meeting her once. And Miss Helen strikes me as Miss Helen is goals. That's all I'm going to say. Because if I live to be in my mid to 80s, I want to have my glass of drink. And I want to be just speaking, just telling it. Just telling it. So I think maybe Mama Helen was like, you know, withholding some things. But as you guys, I'm talking about when you guys become adults. Like, come on. You got to have them conversations.
My mother, she said they didn't argue. They had debates. That's what she called them. And it's usually on a Saturday morning. They would have a debate, you know, over breakfast. Like, so, but for her not to see her parents, I don't think it was so much that they didn't have arguments. She never saw them work things out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because she made it sound like they were both very passive. Both her parents seem very passive. And maybe that's why she is. I mean, I don't think you necessarily have to see your parents arguing, but you do have to see them debating, having discussions, and how to communicate. Just like, you know, one of the things that I learned from my parents is when I'm angry, not to curse at the person, because my parents never, well, they don't curse anyway, but they never call each other's names in an argument. If it's a discussion, it's a discussion. You don't go to name calling. So I don't do that. She doesn't seem like she's learned any kind of like, you know, building blocks to have a conversation with him or any man that.
Well, it seems like his father
comfortable with.
Her father seems like a very dominant person.
He does.
Maybe
we haven't really seen much of him.
Her and Krista. Maybe I'm confusing them.
Yeah.
Her and Kristen.
Kirsten's father. He's the one that like fixes
things. And then maybe
acts of service, and that's waiting for Shaq to do those acts of service, to be a man, to get all sweaty. She was getting turned on when, I know we're jumping to that, but getting turned on when he was like pumping up her air pressure in her tires, and that got her all.
That turns me on too.
Okay, so as the one kid here that came from that broken home, no dad in the picture, I had a lot of uncles and stuff, and like older like cousins, male cousins and stuff in my family that kind of took up that role. So they basically kept it real. Like in my family, it was like everybody was like, you had a fight, you have a fight. It is what it is. So that's why I was kind of like, I felt like, you know, poor Jasmine, like she didn't have that. Like, I don't know. But anyway.
Because you have to see an argument, not an argument, but whatever, to see
and a resolution.
Get over it.
Yeah.
Right. You know, to see them
there needs
work
to be
out a solution and get over it.
Come to each other's agreement to stop whatever the debate is, or a compromise or something as a result.
Or you have to be able to be comfortable to bring your shit to the table. Because she, you know, as a grown woman, I felt bad because as a grown woman, she was talking about going into a new school, and she was bullied, and she didn't feel comfortable. That's really sad that you can't feel comfortable enough to come home and say to your mom or your dad or whoever your adult mentor is or adult person is, to say, you know, I had a shitty day at school today. Like so-and-so said this to me, or I've had a shitty day and just at, you know, on the football field or the baseball field or the cheerleading field, and somebody said something about me, hurt my feelings. And now we talk through it and whatever. I couldn't imagine not being able to have to hold that in. I mean, I hold stuff in, but like as a kid in high school and stuff, I wouldn't know how to. Oh Lord, that's why I'm glad I'm not a child in school today, because I'd be one of those. I'd be killed. I'd be dead.
But high school, you don't really share a bunch of stuff with your parents anyway. There's a lot of stuff they didn't know what was happening, what was going on. You didn't want to. It was like your friend group, and that was it. So I could see why she didn't share, but he's just not even worth it.
No. Okay.
They agree.
Move on to the
Who needs ADT when you got the big horses in the house?
Who are we going to next?
We're going to Kirsten and Shaq, because once again, I'm just going to take this win and say that Kirsten, I've been saying it for the longest time, Kirsten needs that rah-rah dude that's going to be like, come here, girl. Stop. She's like, I need someone that's aggressive. I need this. I need that.
He's getting a little bit more aggressive, in my opinion. You don't think? Because he's not really dealing with any of her stuff, and he's coming for her, and like even the way he looks at her is completely different.
True.
Yeah.
But when they were at the table, and then he left the table at the dinner. And he left it. Yeah. Do you all think he's nitpicking a lot because he doesn't like her anymore?
I was pulling for him, but I was like, "Ooh, don't get up and go off by yourself." And like, unless it was something, unless you had to leave. The only reason for you to leave the table like that is if you're gonna kill somebody, like you're gonna, you know, that, or you're just something is like devastating. But you don't leave the table for some. You can talk to her after the dinner is over. Like, you know what, you could have stood up for me in that moment, but you don't have to leave the table, dude. And then be outside. And then she got to go out there to get him. And I was like, oh, that's not
again.
Like,
What does she have to stand up for him for? That was Nicole opening her mouth. Dr. Phil, aka Nicole, who I swear to God, she is auditioning to be the next expert on next season. Don't get it twisted. There might be a twist next season. Nicole and Chris, if they last, Nicole's going to be one of the new guest experts that comes back next year or next season. I'm
surprised they don't have a former person on there as a facilitator. That'd be a good idea.
That is true. I think that's a great idea. We can run that by Lifetime another time. I just think that Nicole just obviously inserts herself into a lot of stuff where she just needs to just kind of fall back and stay in her lane and just listen. Yeah. But for him, I'm with you, Chris, for him to get up and just walk away, that was just too much for me. I was just like, first of all, if I was Kirsten, I would have sat my ass right in my chair. I'd have been like, Boo-Boo's having a mantrum. He'll be back.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. I think that you see her chasing after him. In my opinion, I'm thinking she's chasing after him much more than she did before. Yes. And like when you say that she wants somebody aggressive, he's not like, loud with it, but his demeanor is aggressive, and he's nitpicking, and he's actually criticizing her a lot more than I like. I think, he doesn't want her anymore. And I think he's just kind of like really expressing it in other ways. And I think he should just like cut his losses, because I'm not a big fan of hers, but you don't have to hurt her either on just nonsense. And I think that's what he's doing.
What does she want, though? I mean,
I don't know.
She's not very smart. She's not a smart girl. So
nope.
Not only is she giving you blank, but she's very simple. She's like, this is what I want. She doesn't get innuendo. She doesn't get any of those variations of anything that's insinuated, or like she didn't understand why he was upset. She just doesn't get. She's not smart.
No.
So
I told you, you need to tell. She's like, you need to tell me, if you want me there. He's like, I made the arrangements for you. Yeah, but you got to say, I want you.
Okay,
you're right.
But in fairness to her, this is all I'm going to say. In fairness to her, he has a very high expectation of what he wants from her. Like, bro, we both have careers. It's one thing if I am a housewife, if I don't have a career and I'm just at home supporting you as the housewife, and you're out there doing the most, getting your degrees and making your money and shining in your career, I will travel to every single conference you want me to go to, or every single conference that you have. That is where I drew the line a little bit. Like, I can support you and go to your conference if I'm able to. But there should not be an expectation that I need to go to all of your conferences. I get it. He wants her to see what he does and how he does it. And that's fine, because it is this experiment of married at first sight. And, you want to get to know this person. But in the real world, if I got my career, I'm going to hold you down as your wife. And I'm going to arrange meetings and arrange whatever that I can within my career to make sure that I'm there to support you. But honey, what I'm not going to do is be at every one of your goddamn conferences. That's not going to fly, because that's not how this works.
And also one of the experts was saying, like, the other person can't read your mind. If you don't spell it out, we're not going to know. So you can grumble and pout thinking that they should know what to do. But if you don't say it, if you say, it's really important for you to be at this conference because I want you there as my wife, then she would get it. But if you're assuming that she knows it's important, and I forgot who said that, but it was
his mother.
Because he wants to see her step up. That's what it is. He's always wanted to see her step up and be more than just the receiving end of, you buy the house, I'm going to knock out these babies for you. You do all this. He wants to say, okay, if I'm going to do that, what am I getting? Are you going to do some extra special effort for me to come to my conference, make me feel like I'm a king, make me be there to support me? I think that's what he's asking. Like, if you want me to be, you're not going to help out at all with the cost of the house, or the cars, or you want to be taken care of, then you're going to have to start treating me like you're going to be taking care of me as well. I think that's what
you guys believe her when she said that she was joking about not contributing to the house.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. I think she was just talking. I think she was just talking sideways.
I do too. I don't believe she is like, oh, you just gonna buy me a house and I'm just gonna be on the deed. I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
I think she backtracked it after she's realized how bad it sounded.
No, I think she backtracked it.
Agree.
It goes down to like what Vanessa said. She's not smart. And it could be a joke to her in her head, but she doesn't know how to tell a joke. She doesn't know how to be facetious. She's just talking and she's trying to be on his level and she just isn't. And so everything comes off to him as bland because she is so flat with her approach. I don't think that she really meant it. I think she's at least a little bit aware that if she wants the type of place that she wants, her being a real estate agent, that she's going to have some money in there too.
I'm going to say this. I think she meant it.
Okay.
Just like, we women, we know how to, tick, 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 tick. I think she meant it. And I think she was just wanting to see she was trying to get a reaction out of him by saying that. I think she said that because her face always looks like she's staring at she looks like she's staring at dead air, for God's sake.
She's almost like a Stepford wife. Like,
oh my God, right?
Like
she is.
You nailed that.
Terrible.
You know what I mean?
It's terrible.
Like, not quite there, but like
it's like you're waiting for the snap to hit. You want to go like, snap out of it, bitch.
Get out. It's get out.
Right.
How old is she?
She's an 80-year-old white woman.
I think she's like 33. I think she's like 33, 34. I don't know. She's in her 30s.
Yeah.
But I think she meant it, but she was just testing him to see what response she would get.
Okay. She wants to be a real housewife of Nashville. That's it. That's
the next thing.
She wants to wear all the glam, look pretty, and she wants him to be the winner. That's what she thought she was gonna get.
Yep.
Well, she needs to be like Portia and get her an African rich guy.
Mm-hmm.
She better go. Yeah, you're right on that one. But back to the toxic families. Again, he ain't talking to her. He's talking to his mama. Because when his mama called her or FaceTimed her at the gym, and mama just went in and was like, you need to support him. And you ain't doing this and you ain't doing that. And you didn't go to his conference. And that he was very upset about that. See, that shit, I would have hung up on mama. I'd have been like, respectfully, ma'am, let me go talk to my husband.
I don't think she had that tone.
She did have that tone. She had that tone. She had that tone. She had that all the way tone. And I did not like it. And mamas need to stay their ass in their lane with your grown ass children. And if your adult son comes crying to you, Shaq's mother, I'll address this to you, Mama Shaq. If your grown ass son comes crying to you about shit going on in his marriage, you need to tell his ass, man up. I'll give you a little bit of advice. Go home as a woman, go home and have a conversation with your wife. Don't complain to me about this
backhander.
You know what? Snatch her by the neck. Because I bet you if he did that, because Chris, I bet you if he did that, she would break his spine. If he'd have walked in the house and he was like, come here, woman. We got to go in the room and have a conversation. Cameras, I'm going to need you to fall back right now because I got to have a conversation with my wife. Go stand outside in the hallway for 25, maybe 35 minutes and let me handle this bitch. And he would have snapped her ass in shape and she would have come out of that and been sitting at that dinner like this. I love him. I love him.
They already had sex, right?
I can't stand myself. I love me some Shaquille, and we're making bow ties together now. That's all she needs, and that's what she wants. She keeps saying it. How many times? Every episode she keeps saying it. I need more aggression.
Obviously, he's getting angrier and angrier, or or something, because she's getting more and more turned on by him, and he seems more annoyed.
He roped her around when they had that little sex. When they had that little sexcapade thing, he roped her around. He blindfolded her, and he wrapped that little whip rope around her. And what did she say? I'm kind of excited about this. I'm getting excited. Like she was getting all moist. And I know that's a word that a lot of people don't like, but sorry, it's in my vocabulary. She was all moist and all hot and bothered because he did that little minute thing. Now, had he just taken it a step further and wrapped her around that rope and then snatched her by the back of her neck and was like, keep that blindfold on. I'm going to drag your ass in this room right now. We're going to get this relations had. There you are, right there.
When she seems interested in him in those moments, like you're saying, I'm not getting that interest. I feel like she's faking it.
She could be, but I think that's what she wants. She wants a thug. Like and when I say a thug, I'm not meaning it in a mean sort of way. I'm thinking she just needs she needs a hardcore alpha male. Because you saw at that dinner when Aris said, when they were talking about, I forgot what they were talking about. And Aris said to Shaquille, now if you told, it was regards to the trip, the work trip. And he was like, when Shaq was like, I just want her to be there for me and support me. And Kirsten was like, well, all he had to do was ask. And Aris put it out there and was like, so if he would have come to you and said, pack your shit, you're coming on my trip with me, what would you say? And she's like, I'd go. And I was like, because that's what she wants. She wants Aris. Jasmine needs Shaquille, and it's too late to make the swap. And I hope that at decision day, they all the two couples say no, and Jasmine gets with Shaq, and Aris gets with Kirsten. Because remember,
Shaq kind of flirted with Jasmine. Jasmine at one point. And I think that was a veiled thing with Aris saying to her, so is that what you want? I think he recognized that when he put that out there to her and saw that reaction. He's like, oh, okay.
Everybody recognizes that.
After he did it, he was like, oh, okay.
Everybody recognizes it.
Wow, it's interesting.
All right, who's next?
Can we get to my favorite? I am going to admit this right now. My favorite cast member
Clint
of Married at First Sight history is motherfucking Clint. That's my dude. Clint, let me just say this, and I ain't got nothing else to say about Clint and Gina. Clint, you ain't got nothing to worry about, because when that marriage don't work on decision day, Clint is going to have all the bitches lined up wanting to jockey for his attention and his love. And I usually don't date outside of my race. I'm just gonna say that I likes my black men's, but I'm just gonna say, Clint, I make a change for me some Clint. Me and Clint gonna go do some two-stepping.
Mm-hmm. He's funny. He can cook. He's great with dogs. He's funny. He's relaxed.
He can compromise.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Vanessa, you single?
I don't know,
but
no, we might have to have a Married at First Sight little mashup.
I am 60 years old.
So what? That's just a number, hunty.
And you're black 60. There's a difference.
There's a big old difference. And Clint will have you the dogs, and you know he loves some dogs. He'll be right over there with them two big Great Danes, like, we going on the yacht today. We go sailing. Yep. Oh, please. No. Hank the dog ain't got nothing on that right there. That's just pure goodness.
But she seems that Gina's easing up a bit, don't you think?
Yeah, but
she's not into him.
I can't stand her.
She's not gonna say yes.
She's just being nice, but she does not like. I'm trying to figure out. Like, I didn't like him in the beginning either. I mean, I still don't find him attractive, but his personality definitely takes him to another league. I'm trying to figure out what is it that she does not like about him. He's so much fun.
Yeah.
And she's just not interested. Maybe it's at the point where, because she wasn't sexually attracted at the beginning, she just never could get there.
Yeah, so she never even opened the possibility for it. She's like, I don't like gingers, and I'm not gonna even entertain. He's not even that red, but still, he's a cool dude. He's willing to compromise. He's willing to do what she wants. He's trying. He apologized for his things. You know,
she's laughing at his jokes, his corny jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Clint. I mean, and I get it.
I like Clint.
I fucking love Clint. All I'm gonna say is this: yeah, you may meet some people that aren't your type. It is what it is. He might not be the height that you like, or the body type that you like. She might not have the type of hair that you like, or the skin tone that you like, or the body shape that you like. It is what it is. That's just physical. But you can fix that shit. What you can't fix is a fucked up personality. And Clint is a person that I didn't like him at first. The shit that was coming out of his mouth at the beginning, I was like, where are they finding these people? Who's this dude? And now as he's come into himself and he's showing us his who he is, I can get past that. Like if I was paired with Clint, I would look at Clint and be like, you already know this ain't my type. Like, why? But I'm going to work with this because I chose to involve myself in this experiment. And as time goes on, if Clint accepted my dog, listen, you know I'm an animal person. If Clint accepted my cat as his own and loved that, that's a panty dropper. If Clint
good with her friends,
comes into my place of business and is just like, okay, you know, it's laid back, casual, and they're laughing at him and loving him. Panty dropper. Number 2, he likes to cook. Panty dropper. Number 3, he is just funny.
He's aware of himself.
Exactly. He's knows who hobbies. He is. He hobbies knows that you don't know anything about. What more could you ask for? For me, I would literally be if I was Gina right now, I'd be apologizing to him and saying, you know what? I want to just say, I know I said I was sorry for talking about the ginger comment, but did she though? Can't remember, but I would say to him, I'm sorry about the ginger comment. I should have never said that to you. I was just basically reacting off of first looks on you. But now that I've gotten to know you, I'm really glad that they paired us, and I can see why they did, because I think this is great. And I may not be really over the non-physical attraction or the non-attraction right now, but I can get there. I tell them, keep doing what you're doing. Keep being Clint. You keep bringing me real Clint. I'd walk down the street, Shahidah, I know your head's about to explode. I love Clint so much that I would walk down the street holding his hand with those gaudy ass cowboy boots, that t-shirt, and them short jeggings, them whatever you call them shits, the jorts, the jean shorts, and his ratted up t-shirt. I'd walk down the street and dared any bitch to look at me and say, why is she with him? There's a reason why I'm with him. Is that he's a good dude. That's a good man right there. Ooh, I sound like that mother from Waiting to Exhale. That's a good man. He's a good man. You better stay with Kenneth, even though he's got a wife. He's a good man, Vanessa. That's right, Vanessa. He's a good man, Vanessa.
Well, maybe you need to drop into his DMs because
I think I should. Listen, I'll take Clint to the cookout every day. I bet Clint would be in my backyard throwing a rack of ribs right on the grill and doing the 2-step.
But what kind of man do you think Gina wants?
I think Gina's broken. Whatever. Something.
Like I'm trying to figure out what kind of man that she would. What is Clint not giving besides the ginger thing? What is he not giving her that she can't get beyond the looks thing?
Mogul.
So that same thing with like Kirsten wanting to be a Real Housewives of Nashville. She's in the beauty industry. She thought she was going to get somebody who physically would match that glamorous. Yep. So I think that's what she thought, that she was going to get somebody who wasn't as real as Clint and down to earth. I thought, so I think her expectations were, it's never going to be what she thought in her mind, because she's in that glamour industry of redoing and making over and aspiring to be perfect, with the glam and that, so that's her business. So she's going to want somebody who's attainable.
Why hasn't she given him a haircut yet? I don't understand. Where is the haircut?
It's going to happen. It's got to happen.
Seriously, exactly.
Wow.
She wants a salon and he has a mop of hair. I know she was complaining about
beard up all night. I mean, she could really work with him.
And they've been together for weeks, and she has not been like, "Hey, baby, hey, friend, come in. Let me just clean you up." Because maybe she would make him look more what she would be attracted to, and then she goes, he's not that bad. If she can get over that part, he's not that bad looking. She got the rest of it, but she's like,
and what a perfect you know, and I always say that, I always kept saying that Gina's doing this for clout because she's trying to make a name for herself with her salon, whatever. And what better commercial and what better advertisement free that you can have than sitting his ass in that chair and saying, come on, boo, let me trim you up a little bit. Let me show my skills on national television and have you go from this to this. And everybody, all the men will be lining up to go to the salon.
Could you imagine if that was the master plan? She fights against him so much, and then she says yes at the end, and then makes him into this glamour guy or whatever.
That's
and she's like, even for me, I gave him a haircut that take him to Married at First Sight, and I can turn him into what I wanted. Now look what I've gotten. That's the perfect end game for her. Are you kidding me? If she says yes,
she's not.
I know she's not. I'm just saying. But that would be really good for your business. He's like, you know, I wasn't even attracted to my husband, but I gave him a haircut at my salon, and now I'm married. Now I'm staying.
But I will say this. I don't think this is not going to end like shitty. I think her and Clint are going to have a relationship for the ages. I think not a relation. They're going to be friends. They're going to be buddies. Yeah. They live in the same building in reality. I think they are going to be buddies. He's going to be when Gina is out there traveling the world, spending her money after she makes all these millions in her salon and she's traveling all over the world. Clint is going to be her dog sitter. Clint is going to be her friend when the next man hurts her feelings. Yep, he's going to be her friend, trust. When the next man comes along and hurts her feelings, he's going to be that shoulder for her to cry on. He'll be that good friend. He's going to be her girlfriend.
I think he's tolerating her the best way he can right now and being very nice to her because that's the type of dude he is. But I don't think he likes her.
I don't think he's going to look for friendship from her after. I mean, of course, they're going to say it, but we'll find out on the reunion. Even them being in the same building, they wasn't running into each other before. It would have to be purposeful. I don't think he's going to reach out to her after this.
I agree. I think they'll be cordial and, I don't think nice.
She's going to reach out to him.
Yeah, they have nothing mean to each other, but I don't think he likes her, or I don't know.
Well, and he's talking about how he's not attracted to her anymore, even though I think he was in the very beginning, but he's seeing it a lot more that, okay, there's no attraction here. So both of them are setting it up, but we're friends and we're friendly and we're going to go through this thing because even if there's no attraction, like with Shaq and, what's her name?
Kirsten.
At least they got into the same bed. Kirsten at least got into the same bed with him. She's not even trying to get into the same bedroom with him. They're not going to be friends.
Can I just also say that I'm going to lose probably all kinds of credentials, especially with Chris and Vanessa on this. I've never seen Driving Miss Daisy.
Really?
Yeah, why would they recommend?
Well, I don't understand why. I mean, Shahidah too, because you three are creatives. I'm a science girl. You guys,
great film.
Listen to me. I've never even had the remote desire to watch Driving Miss Daisy. I just don't like shit like that. But when Pippa was like, I just want you to watch a love story, and I'm like, that ain't no damn love story. I thought that was a man driving a white woman around in a little car. I'm like, what the fuck? Why can't we talk The Notebook or some shit like that? What the fuck?
I didn't get that either. I forgot that she had recommended that, and I'm thinking about the movie, and it's an excellent movie, and it's something on friendship. So maybe she was going on that mode. But for a married couple for their date night,
I mean, y'all seen it. So I'm assuming all three of you seen Driving Miss Daisy.
Tina Turner story for some. You should watch the Ike and Tina story for some good constructive.
Well, that would be for Aris. That would be for Aris and Jasmine. Watch the Ike and Tina Turner story. I saw that at least.
That'd be better for Shaquille and Kirsten.
That is true. I mean, I saw that movie at least, and that was disturbing as hell. But now I'm digressing.
That Driving Miss Daisy thing was ridiculous.
I was like, driving Miss Daisy. And I'm saying to myself, is that the movie I'm thinking? I had to Google it because I was so confused. I Googled it. I'm on my phone. I'm like, why the hell would that be a love story for a couple that they ain't connecting at all to watch that to connect romantically? I'm like, make it make sense, Dr. Pepper.
Right.
I saw the play too.
Yeah.
See?
Here we are. I don't know what she was thinking.
But now I'm gonna end up watching Driving Miss Daisy this weekend. I'm gonna pull it up on TV because I want to see if I shed a tear.
It's a really good film.
Is what's her name? Jessica
Tandy.
Is she still alive? She's not still alive, is she?
Okay.
Vanessa, and I saw you on a trip to Bountiful.
Yeah, and Cicely was in her 80s, and Jessica Tandy was in her 80s when that was made. What, 25 years ago? So yeah.
Oh yeah, it's about time.
No, but I'm talking about the play Trip to Bountiful. Yeah. I saw you in Boston.
Yes.
With
Cicely
Tyson.
Yes.
And Journey Smollett.
It's Journey Smollett.
Oh.
As Dave Chappelle says.
So are we not even discussing Chris and Nicole?
Oh, we discussing now.
Yeah, might as well.
All right, let me get my phone here. I thought I was done with my note taking, but I do have one note.
I have one thing to say. One, they're gonna stay together. Two, if she loves him, great for her, because he's deadpan too. He just has no excitement to him. And she's gonna bring all the excitement to Chris's face. She's gonna bring all the excitement.
He looks like he's slightly scared, and his peeing in his pants. He's always like this.
And that's exactly how he looks.
But he told her he loved her.
Right? He said he loved her.
He said he loved her.
I know he do.
Mm-hmm.
All that.
She's so insecure, even more insecure now.
Huh?
She's even more insecure now.
I know. That poor girl.
She's got again, same with Love is Blind. But I guess, you got slim pickings. I guess you got to filter out these people, and everybody's got issues. But here we are. My issue, the only thing that I was like, what the fuck? When she said, sometimes don't play head games. Men are stupid. I take that back. Not all men are stupid, but what you can't do is play these stupid ass head games with men. And she's like, sometimes I want to be alone and I need my space, but I don't want my space. Like I expect you to be like, come into the room. If I say to you, I'm going into the other room because I need space or I need some alone time, like I get upset because you don't come in and you want to talk about it. No, bitch. And that's what he should have said to her. Well, minus the bitch part. He should have been like,
he did ask. He's like, but he did ask to clarify. But she's like, so you don't want me to come in and get you? She's like, well, I do. If I say I need to get away, that means you can come in and sit next to me. But if it says
it's confusing.
Totally confused.
Because for me, as a woman, human being, if I'm around somebody like that and somebody, because we all know we all need our space at times, especially when you're dealing with relationships, and especially if you're living in the same house. It's like, if I look at you in your face and I'm like, I'm going into the other room, or I'm going into the great room, or I'm going into the living room, or I'm going into the man cave downstairs, and I'm going to watch some TV for a couple of hours. I just need some space. I'm bringing my bottle of wine, and I need some space. I need some me time. Don't bother me. I mean it. Like, what I don't want you to do is come down and be like, are you okay? Let's talk about it. No.
But it works the other way too. When a man says, leave me alone,
I leave him alone.
Just give me 10 minutes. Just don't come and say, well, what's wrong? No. I don't want to talk about it. Just stay. When I say, just leave me alone.
No, what I would do is if I had a man and my man said, I'm going to go downstairs or I'm going to go upstairs. I need like 10, 20, 30 minutes of alone time. My initial reaction would be like, are you okay? Is there something, you good? And if he said, I'm good, go okay. Because as long as I know, I didn't do nothing to you. So you want to go upstairs and have your little man time? Go ahead, play your little video games, watch a little TV, do whatever the hell you want. I'll leave you be.
But that's not.
You can't play games. You can't mind fuck people like that. And I don't like. That's the one thing about her that threw me off when she was like, I just need. And Dr. Cal or Pastor Cal called her out on that bullshit. You can't do that.
She also speaks all of her feelings too. She needs to edit. Like, we don't need to hear everything that you're thinking every moment of the time. So just edit it, take a breath, and then
Chris, you got a light.
Something.
Chris, you got a light.
Exactly. Like, we don't need to know. First of all, as I said, we don't need to know that she was burned with cigarette. I mean, that was
TMI.
Yeah, we don't need to know that. We understand you have trauma, but now we know why you have trauma like that. Oh, okay. You didn't need to say all that. She needs to be needs to censor herself a little bit more.
I mean, I guess she could have told him, but not on TV.
Right.
Maybe she's nervous that she's not being exciting enough. The cameras are rolling, because I know sometimes Sasha feels like if I'm not keeping the conversation going, it's going to be boring. So I got to, because sometimes she talks like that. So I think Nicole's got that same issue where he's not saying anything. So I got to keep the conversation lively because there's cameras filming us, and we got to, you know what I mean?
And I got burned too. And he burned me. Oh, okay. Now we got some TV.
Well, you already know I wasn't the only one in America. Let's talk about lingerie gate. When her and Kirsten went lingerie shopping, I was dead ass in my TV like, where's them burn marks? Well, I'm looking at, she comes up, but she had that robe on, so I couldn't see the arm. I couldn't see the shoulders, because I'm like, how you gonna put that robe on? Take that robe off. I want to see them
She has
scars.
a whole sleeve. Doesn't she have a whole sleeve now? She have tattoos, right?
Yeah, that is true.
She probably has. That's where it's underneath.
Yeah.
You know.
But I will give her credit. She looked really good in that lingerie. I was hoping at first when they went to the store and she was trying it on, and then when she came out, I was like, "Oh, girl, don't come out." There's some things I'm just not going to show on camera. I'm just not doing that. But I give her all the applause on that, because she came out with that little. What do you call them things? I wear t-shirts to bed. So she had the little teddy bear or whatever you call that on. I'm showing my age. She had a little negligee on in her robe, and she looked really cute. I liked it.
But what about Kirsten's her little choreography? Then you
take the robe, and then you go, ew.
Oh my girl.
And I'm like, and did you see that Shaq called her out on that bullshit? Shaq was like, well, I'd like for her to she should have came. Why didn't she buy something and come home and do that for me? Mm-hmm. Because you ain't snatching her by the back of her neck, Shaq. That's why. Look at the puppy. Oh, he's not a puppy anymore.
Does she think she's sexy?
Who?
Maybe she does.
She does. She does.
Kirsten thinks she's the whole kit and caboodle.
And okay, I got the full body shot of her from behind when she was running out the restaurant.
That's exactly what I was thinking too.
That's Aris's girl. But that's Aris's type. That is Aris's type. And I bet you anything, if I was the cameraman, see, this is the pettiness of Tanya and why I'm not in Hollywood, because my ass will be fired immediately. I would have taken the camera as soon as Kirsten ran out there. I said, look at that ass. Somebody pan over to Aris's face right now.
Right.
Because I bet you Aris was like this. I bet you Aris had his brown liquor and he was like,
He was like that.
But
where's she going?
Where's she going?
I hope she kicks his ass to the curb. And I hope she kicks Sensitive Shaq to the curb tonight. Because I'm going to kick Jasmine to the curb tonight. And me and her are going to be pop.
Because remember, he's had one night stands before too.
Oh, he has.
And cheated.
As he said.
And cheated. Thank you, Vanessa. Oh my God. Okay, which one is that one, Vanessa?
This is Roscoe.
Okay. Roscoe all up in the business. You got something to say?
He's the Velcro Dane. He's got to be touching you at all times.
Oh, lovely. What was I gonna say? Almost time.
I know
it's almost time, but one last time. I know. Five. Can I get 5 more minutes?
Go ahead.
Please tell me. We got to do this on Friday. I'm just going to give you a little teaser. Vanessa, if you have not watched, you have to. I know you're so busy, but you got to watch Married at First Sight UK. That's it.
I haven't seen the last episode. I know.
I caught up.
I had to binge it like last week. It's pretty good.
I caught up on Saturday, and I was USA ain't got nothing.
Can I tell you one thing? I'm not going to tell you what's going to happen. But can I just say one thing about this one? Remember how we talked about swapping partners?
Yes.
That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Oh, Vanessa, if you got time, you got to watch Married at First Sight UK with Thomas and Adrian. I want to literally dope slap. I want to joke slap Thomas.
They're a gay couple, and he is Ness. He is just
Thomas is that gay. Thomas is the gay that I look at, and I'm like, I love all my gays. Like, I love my gays. I don't like Thomas.
I like Thomas.
There's something wrong with you.
He's just really wounded. He's just a wounded. And Adrian has learned, from what I've seen, to get around and love him, because he just lashes out because he's a wounded bird. And you got to go, Thomas, it's okay. I still love you. And Ness, you gotta watch it. It's just the cool part about it is
couple, the lesbian couple, an older couple. It's really good.
An older couple that's been married twice before. Oh yeah.
And she flips her job. Also, her career is flipping hamburgers at a fast food joint. I love it.
and Ness, they actually they have meetings with all the groups together, and then they'll say, to one couple, if you say I want to keep going, if they both say I'm done, the thing is over. If they both say I want to stay, they both stay. If one of them says I want to go and one of them says I want to stay, they have to go another week. If just one of them says they want to stay, they have to give them another, which is a great idea of like, okay, well, I know you feel this way now, but let's give you one more week to see if you still feel that way.
Right. So they have like a commitment ceremony every week.
Every week, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I've never seen such cattiness between the couples. It has nothing to do with the couples themselves or even about it's all about, I don't like that couple. Or it's a whole thing. It's really interesting.
Good.
It's really
everybody watch it. I'm just saying, binge watch it, Vanessa, when you get a chance. Because I'm telling you, these conversations that we're having about Aris and I'm telling you, you are going to want to get in on these conversations, and it's going to be fire.
The whole show is 10 times better than the US version, and I'm about ready to say I'm just going to switch over.
I know.
I'm with you on that one.
I'm not mad at you. I'm telling you, it's pretty good.
Let's do it.
I haven't seen the last. I gotta watch the last one.
All right, it's time.
All right, so we got Love is Blind.
We'll talk about Love is Blind on Friday if you want.
All right.
Or Saturday, depending. Chris, when are you coming home? Okay. Anyway, don't hang up, Chris. I got questions. Bye, everybody.
Bye.